You want to choose, as I've said before, you want to choose a box that's about an inch below parallel. Some of you guys today I may not be able to do that with, depending upon your hamstring strength. We might have to go a little bit higher. If you're working with a beginner who can't get down on the box, what you're going to see happen a lot of times with the beginners, they're going to start to sit down and they're going to fall because the hamstring strength is not there. This is one of the benefits for using a box, because if they can't sit back without the box with proper form, what's going to happen when they don't use a box? They're going to fall over. So in this case, you'd want to take the box a little bit higher so you can maintain the good technique. When you box squat, you want to constantly try to force your knees apart, spread your feet out. If I take this lift from my feet to my head, the setup, toes fairly straight ahead, maybe slightly pointed out depending on the size of the person. Force my feet apart like I'm trying to spread the ground. Force my knees out like I'm trying to twist my knees open. Arch my back. That's my butt back, chest up, tight arch in the back. Shoulder blades squeezed together as tight as I can. Head drove back into the bar, not up, but in the bar. You're going to sit down and back and then flex up with the glutes. If you're watching somebody box squat and they flex off the box and you see their quads flex first, there. You see the quads flex first, that's wrong. You want the glutes to flex first, there. Down in, flex. So it's driving from the back and up. That's where you're going to squat from, it's from behind. The other benefit of the box is it allows you to sit back further so your shins go past perpendicular to the floor. So there and up. More stress on the hamstrings and glutes, which is what we're looking for. Gonna have mat. What do you need, a plate or something? A blue band? I have Matt demonstrate. We'll put a band on. If you're gonna train with bands, by the way, as I said before, you want the band set up so they're taut on the box. These bands are put around the bottom of the monolith. They're choked around the bottom, coming up around the top. When you train with bands, the bands are on the bar from the get-go. Same with chains. You don't put them on after you've gotten warmed up. You use them through all your sets. Just so. When he goes to take it out of the rack, he's going to arch it out. All I'm going to have to do is set up, stand up. Okay, arch. Now his back's arched, shoulder blades are pulled together. Head drove back in the bar, knees pushed out, feet pushed out. Now as he sits back, he's forcing his knees out and he's flexing straight up. Go ahead. Yep. You do a few reps on. So he's flexing up, the barbell's staying pretty close to a straight line the whole time. The rest will be like that. So key things to look for, you have to have your whole body tight when you box squat or when you squat. There's absolutely no difference between the two. Which means when he comes up to the bar, he's getting his grip, he's tightening his grip as hard as he can, forcing the elbows forward. When you force your elbows forward, your shoulder blades are going to come together, you're going to have more of a tight upper back. Your elbows flare back, the barbell is going to end up dumping forward on you. You're not going to be able to keep a good clean line. You're not going to be able to drive through the hips, through the waist, through the bar. Okay. A lot of people think a deadlift is the same thing as a clean, or the first part of a clean. They're two entirely different things. A clean, you have to start the bar with your shoulders in front. A deadlift, the shoulders have to be behind. You have to think of it as a teeter-totter. If I have my weight in front of the bar, what's going to happen to the weight? It's going to go forward. If my shoulders are behind the bar and I'm in the process of trying to fall backwards, now the barbell is going to come up. So whenever you're deadlifting or watching somebody deadlift, the key is to try to keep those shoulders behind the bar the whole time. You also do not want to sit, you don't want to squat down to the barbell. So your butt's on the floor. Can you half squat more than you quarter squat? Of course not. You quarter squat more than you half squat. I got you guys. So you have to, okay. So Matt's going to show a conventional deadlift. See, he's lining up the bar away from his shins, pretty much in line with his toes. That way the bar path is going to go back.
seen Team Suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
We're gonna be giving away concert tickets, t-shirts, movie passes, Flickr skating. Already heard about it. I believe their original location was in Sheridan.
Watch his shoulders. He's going to be fighting to try to keep his shoulders behind the bar the whole time. Back, behind, up. So he's got a good straight line, good groove. Try to pull with your line the bar up. This is not what you want to do. Line the bar up against your shins. Bend down. Watch his shoulders. They're in front of the bar. Watch how much more back work he's got to do to get that up in there. Now he's got twice as much work to do for the same lift. Okay. My sumo guy over here. A sumo deadlift. Now with the sumo, you do want to have the bar a little closer to your shins. Go ahead and pull a rep. Want to keep the back straight. You see his shoulders are in front of the bar. Get your shoulders behind the bar. Shoulders back. Up. Good. Now he's got a smoother grip. Shoulders are behind the bar. Driving up, driving the hips through at the top. Up. Good. That's your sumo and your conventional deadlift. Then there's a Louis uses what's called a modified, which is going to be medium stance. In here, up through there. The deadlifts that we do in training for max effort work are going to be off of a 4-inch box or pin pulls out of a power rack or deadlifts against bands off the jump stretch platform. Go ahead and pause that.